Let's get into Wander Over Yonder.
Which is the most fun ever in this
Let's wander over to this cartoon.
Let us not squander our time. Let's ponder Wander Over Yonder.
You sounded almost a little tired there, so you didn't yonder?
Oh, you guys with the jokes. You're all so great at the thing with the jokes, the funny. Okay. So Wander Over Yonder is a cartoon on the Disney Channel / Disney XD. It kind of airs on both. It's a little weird. Created by Craig McCracken, who created my favorite nostalgic cartoon, The Powerpuff Girls, along with Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
And he worked on Dexter.
He worked on a lot of those cartoons on that era. He did a lot of producing things.
Him and Gendy were like roommates in college.
Yeah. So this is his third show, and it's his first time on Disney, not working with Cartoon Network. And Lauren Faust, his wife, but also the creator, most famously of My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, as well as Super Best Friends Forever, the really cool mini short series they had on DC Nation about Supergirl, Batgirl, and Wonder Girl. That was really awesome. Yeah. She's done a bunch of other stuff.
Fun fact, Super Best Friends Forever was the only animated appearance of Donna Troy as Wonder Girl.
Yeah.
Yep. Which made me fall in love instantly.
And what's interesting is because it's such a low consequence series where it's just them goofing around and they don't have to worry about continuity and shit, it's the only cartoon where they could have fit Donna Troy into it because Donna Troy has an impenetrable backstory.
Yep, they rebooted it at least 3 times. At least. I think maybe 4 or 5 times.
Every few years.
Yeah. Well, no, she hasn't come back since, so, fuck it. She doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. But any other version of Wonder Girl you see is usually Cassandra or maybe the other one. There have been 3. Like, the one in Young Justice was Cassandra. But
yeah, Lauren Foss has worked on other stuff as well. She worked on
everything Greg worked on. She worked with him on everything. And then she also did some stuff for Cats Don't Dance and Iron Giant, I believe.
Oh!
I loved Cats Don't Dance when I was a kid. Every time I would go to Blockbuster or Hollywood Video,
you would always rent that same damn movie and watch it.
Yeah, she was an animator for Sawyer. Yeah.
And of course Iron Giant.
Iron Giant.
We don't even have to talk about how great that movie is.
One of the greatest movies ever.
Vin Diesel's greatest role.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Which is why he's going to be so great as Groot
later
this summer.
The Wood Giant.
Wander Over Yonder is a show about this character named Wander, who McCracken describes as
He describes him as a nomadic hippie Muppet man.
That's what he
is. And that's exactly what he is.
Yep.
The character actually appeared way before the show. McCracken had sort of had it, tumbling around in his brain for a while. He made, patches and stuff to give away at conventions. His DeviantArt, which he used to have...
For a week?
Actually... Yeah, for a little while, I just happened to run into it when it was open. Had a lot of sketches of this character when he was talking about it. It's since been taken down.
This is in 07 or 08, right? This is a long-ass time ago.
It was a little while ago. And then, once the show got pitched and accepted, he got rid of his DeviantArt account because, whatever.
Stuff. Pair rights and
laws.
He also had the first sketch he ever did of the Powerpuff Girls in that account, which I'm really sad doesn't exist anymore because that was really interesting.
I'm sure it's.
You could probably find somebody else on DeviantArt who stole it.
Yep.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
They're a bad website.
But yeah, it's a show about this little guy named Wander and his best friend Sylvia, who
is a...
What is it?
She's a space horse.
She's a space horse, but she's more of a dragon. She's called a Zorbanak?
Zabornak. She's a Yoshi, really.
Yeah, she's a Yoshi.
She's a sort of reptilian, sort of equine, technically bipedal.
Yeah.
With little stubby arms, long neck and everything. Horse alien.
And she will end you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's voiced by April Winchell. Oh, we forgot to mention, Wander is voiced by Jack McBrayer in the most Jack McBrayer role the man has ever played.
And I actually found a really nice interview with him on the Huffington Post, where he's talking about how he was actually a huge fan of McCracken and Lauren Faust before this ever happened. And he actually went out to them and wanted to meet them because he loved them so much. And at that lunch, he was like, hey, if you guys ever want to do a cartoon and you'd like me to be in it, I would absolutely do anything. I love you guys. And then, they called him up and he's the main character.
I want to, meet Jack McBrayer now.
I know, because he was, in this article, he's so nice. He's talking about how he loved playing Fix-It Felix from Wreck-It Ralph, and then, he was just like really happy with the whole booth experience of acting, you know, after coming off of 30 Rock, and he really loves cartoons, so he's like, I want to do more cartoons. So now he's doing a cartoon.
And he's done some other small bits, like he played a transgender prostitute in Bob's Burgers. He played a giant King Kong dude in Ugly Americans. He played a peach farmer in an episode of The Simpsons, which was actually a hilarious bit. Where he plays this like endless folksy song about peaches. It's delightfully unbearable.
Oh yeah, and he's Irving in Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb's nerdy stalkerish biggest fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's having a lot of fun with cartoons, and we're probably going to be seeing a lot of him in the years to come.
I hope
he seems to really love it, and
Yeah.
he only has nice things to say.
He seems like the nicest dude.
Yeah.
Literally the nicest dude.
So Yonder and Sylvia this is a sci-fi show, technically.
Oh yeah, here's something. This is the second week of the Toon Goons impromptu sci-fi month. We've realized that we were doing this by accident.
Whoops.
Last week we did Bravest Warriors. This year we're doing Wander Over Yonder. Next week we're doing Rick and Morty. And we figured, well, shit. Week after that, we'll do Space Dandy. Month of sci-fi.
Cool. So yeah,
Blast off.
Cool. So Wander and Sylvia basically explore the universe and like looking at finding new friends and exploring new worlds and having a lot of fun.
Wander loves to help people.
And Sylvia's his bestest bud ever, so she'll do anything for Wander. And in the meantime, sometimes they'll run into Lord Hater, which is the main antagonist, voiced by Keith Ferguson.
The voice of Blue from Foster's Home.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you never would have guessed just by the voices.
He's kind of a man-child guy who wants to rule the universe for really no other reason than because he wants power. He's, a great source of
He's
comedy.
Space Bowser. He identifies as evil.
Yeah.
He is Space Bowser. That's exact. And then Yoshi, and it's basically...
It's Space Mario.
It's Space Mario.
But with a plot.
Yeah, the aesthetic to me, it's like the Mellow Mushroom meets Yoshi's Island.
That's such a great way to put it.
It is. The Mellow Mushroom is this southern-based pizza restaurant, if you've never been there, and it's really trippy. They've got all these statues of, mushroom guys walking around, and there's, the seats will start glowing, and the lights are lit really dim and stuff.
The Homestar Runner guys made their original website back in, 2001. It's no longer their website, but you could find a mirror of it somewhere if you want. They made a Flash cartoon for it called "The Sun Almost Rises."
So yeah, that's kind of what the show
and the
looks
music
like.
is kind of Yoshi's Island too.
Yeah, it's this very
with
happy...
heavier on the banjo than Yoshi's Island was.
Yeah,
which
very
is to say
banjo.
at all. There was no banjo in Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, well, Wander plays the banjo.
Yep.
And then the last main character is Commander Peepers,
Commander
Peepers.
who's voiced by the irreplaceable Tom Kenny.
He's contractually obligated to be in every cartoon.
Well, I mean, McCracken is probably like, you're all my cartoons. Can you be in my other cartoon? Why would he say no?
Yeah, I mean...
And the voice for Commander Peepers, when he starts yelling, he kind of reminds me of when SpongeBob is yelling a lot.
Yeah.
He kind of has that sound.
Yeah. It's a sort of, I guess, basic Tom Kenny voice, unlike the Tom Kenny voice he did in the last cartoon with Eduardo, where he was, doing an accent and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Commander Peepers is Lord Hater's #1 henchman and second in command. He's always, leading their troops. He's like this little guy with a giant eyeball for a head and mouth. And the way they do the animation for him is really cool because since he doesn't have a mouth, they just have his pupil kind of bob up and down.
Yeah.
To simulate, lip flaps.
It's cute.
It's really cute. So those are the main characters. There's a couple other characters that we see in particular episodes, which we'll get to if we talk to those episodes. But it's really a very basic premise. It's kind of a callback to sort of that older era where shows didn't really have to have a continuity. You could just have adventures and take these great characters and put them in funny situations and just have an episode.
Yeah, the show's actually kind of anachronistic in that regard. It's Craig McCracken doing what he's always done instead of adapting to the times, which is fine because the man's a genius.
Yeah.
But I can understand people being kind of iffy on it because it's not as engaging as, a lot of the other stuff out there, like an Adventure Time or Gravity Falls or Steven Universe or regular show.
It's the best slapstick you're gonna see on TV right now.
Oh, it's really good in that regard.
I still think its storytelling can have a lot of merit too. It's had some really solid episodes.
It does, but it's entirely episodic, and our point is that a lot of children's cartoons are moving away from that.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with it. It's really great for what it does. Like, the writing is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a mixture. It's mostly 11-minute episodes, but they've done a couple, I think a literal couple, of 22-minute episodes with the pet and the little guy.
Yeah. And season 2 has been approved. They've called for a season 2.
Yes!
And McCracken has said that they're going to do something a little different with season 2, where they're going to do 4 episodes that are 22 minutes each, and it's going to have a long story arc, and then the rest of the episodes are going to be the standard, 11 minutes, and those are going to be episodic.
Which I think is a really interesting way to mix it up, because I really like season 1, but I also wonder, how many episodes can we really get out of this Muppet Man messing with Space Skeletor? Skeletor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Skeletor.
Bowser Skeletor. Which, that's what he is.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I think the idea of mixing it up and adding some more stuff in there, now that they've proved that the formula can work, could be really interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
I think that's really exciting, because I know, Ghost in the Shell standalone Complex did that, because you had standalone episodes, and the Complex that did the overarching story. And I think it's always fun.
Oh, that's what that means.
I think it's really fun when shows do that, where they'll just have their fun episodes, and then they'll have, a story going on, but not every episode has to address it,
Yeah.
Later seasons of Teen Titans did that a lot more than the earlier ones, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Early season 1 Teen Titans was entirely episodic.
More or less.
Yeah. So I think that's a really good way to do the show, because you can do the episodic one and then get us all hyped up, and then I think that's a really good idea, and I'm really excited for it. Though I don't think this season is over yet.
No.
There's supposed to be one more episode that I think airs next week.
And on the 19th, the party animal.
Disney Channel's been really weird with their cartoons and airing them really inconsistently.
Yeah.
Gravity Falls is the same thing. The people who schedule Gravity Falls must think it's a British show, because it took them a year to get through one season of 15 episodes, and then it went away for another 8 months before they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Wonder Over Yonder first premiered on Disney Channel proper, and then they moved new episodes over to XD, and then would re-air those new episodes on Disney Channel later, which is weird.
And I think they're going to be doing something similar to that with Gravity Falls come season 2.
Yeah.
We gotta keep an eye on that. I think what they're trying to do is make Disney XD less of a death row for cartoons, but the problem with that is that not everybody has Disney XD. It's not in basic cable.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they think the problem is, but that's literally the only problem. Putting more of their shows on it and canceling those shows too is not gonna... I don't understand. It's just oh no, all our paper is lighting on fire. Throw more paper on the fire.
Hopefully it'll work out. As long as they do air it on Disney proper eventually, we should be good.
I mean, that's what they do. They will re-air it on Disney Channel later.
Yeah. And Nina and I have Disney XD, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, but we want everybody to be able
sucks.
to watch the show, yeah. Since we only have a couple characters to go about, I mean, they're very basic kind of archetypes. Wander is all about helping people and being positive, and he loves everything, and he likes exploring, and he, loves
Banjos.
He's a great banjo player. There's a lot of great banjo music.
Yeah.
That's
in
90%
this
of the
show.
soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack is really good because it does that sort of old school thing where it's in time with the animation for comedic effect.
Yeah, kind of the Merry Melodies or Richard. Was it Richard Stone? Was it Animaniacs and everything guy?
Yeah, Richard Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it has kind of that old Looney Tunes or Richard Stone kind of thing where the action is in time with the music is in time with the action.
Oh, he also did SWAT Cats, which I looked up. Sylvia's voice actress was also in SWAT Cats. Not enough people remember SWAT Cats. It was cool.
A coworker of mine keeps trying to get me to watch SWAT Cats, and the theme song's pretty cool. It sounds a little bit Guilty Gear, a little bit Brian May, which is already what Guilty Gear is a little bit.
Wander, he's really cute looking. He kind of reminds me of Wilt from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, only shrunken down and orange instead of red.
Yeah.
he's really the same kind of creature. And he's got this magical hat that's really well animated, like it's flopping around as he moves his head. Like, the show is beautiful. And he can pull anything from his hat, as it needs to be pulled out.
Of course.
But he is, like, really, really crazy about helping people, to the point where he'll put himself
in horrible danger. For the
Not
sake...
even just horrible danger, but, like, there's one episode where he's trying to get Sylvia a drink at, like, a gas station market. And it takes him, like, the entire episode to buy this drink because he constantly has to help everybody else, which includes, like, giving the drink away to little girls and having to donate the 1 penny that he needs to the orphans and all this crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a really great episode. It was funny.
Yeah, this was funny as hell.
It was really, really funny. What was that one called? All the episodes start with the, so...
This is the spiritual sequel to Seinfeld.
The nice guy.
And then Sylvia is really hard-headed and, like, she'll beat you up. She likes punching a lot, which it seems kind of like a fun little dynamic between them, because he's, like, the super hippie pacifist, and she's just, like...
She's just looking for any opportunity to get into a fight.
I love Sylvia so much. She's like my she's one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yeah.
No, she's great.
The animation in the show is really dynamic. Like it's one of the best looking shows on TV right now.
Yeah, it's the best animated thing on Flash.
Yeah, hands down.
Oh, it's Flash? Holy damn.
Yes,
Flash.
it is. It's 100% Flash, because ever since Foster's, Craig McCracken got this enormous boner for Flash when it first came around. He wanted to dabble in it, and that's why Foster's was kind of like a mix between Photoshop and Flash, and that's why the first Powerpuff Girls anniversary special was Flash animated, because he just loves it to death. And now Wander is just, like, you can tell it's all Flash all day, and it's just so beautiful because he's still coming at it with that traditional animator mindset and skill pool.
Yeah. Like, he says
I would never have guessed. It looks too tricky to do in Flash.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
like, he says it's done in something called Toon Boom Harmony, which is a program that mixes Flash and, like, After Effects.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Toon Boom's another animation program.
Yeah, we have a friend who uses that.
I tried to use it, but I don't know, I didn't like it.
And then, of course, Mercury Filmworks, as we mentioned, are really the ones who are, like, making this all happen. And it is. It looks absolutely beautiful. And then at the end of each episode, they have these cute little animatics.
Yeah, of, like, deleted or extended scenes.
That are really fun to watch.
Oh, yeah, those are my favorite parts of seeing what the animatics at the end, because I assume it's just, like, cut stuff that they couldn't put in the actual show, and that's always my favorite, to see little extra bits like that.
Yeah. And then, like, the character design, I found this really cool chart on an interview on IndieWire of McCracken talking about the show. And all the characters are done with what he calls lava theory. Like, all the characters look like little bloops in a lava lamp. And they're, like, meant to fit together, Wander and Sylvia in particular.
Yeah.
And they're, like, very dynamic, classic cartoon stuff. No, you don't want rigidness or anything. Rigidity.
That's even harder to say.
It's very hard
The real
to say.
one.
And the colors are so bright in the show. It's so vibrant. And the designs for these different planets, because they're going all across the universe. You can do anything you want to do.
Yeah.
And they're so creative. And
So it's not like, what's that guy's name? Watanabe?
Watanabe?
Space Dandy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that level of complete... like there's no stylistic consistency and like anything goes. There is a stylistic consistency to all these aliens, but it really does look like a diverse universe where anything can exist in it.
Absolutely. It's harkening back to like his the fluidity in terms of like designing all the imaginary friends. It's like that, but taken even fucking further.
Yeah, because you got aliens, and you can do whatever you want. Like Commander Awesome, who's a recurring character we saw in the first short.
Emperor Awesome,
my bad. He's got this, like, I don't even know what the heck's going on with this guy. He's got, like, a shark head, and, like, a pimp cape, and, like, muscle bodybuilder.
Big old Trogdor arms.
Yeah, like, it's so weird. And then, like, one of my favorite character designs was this old woman. She was this, like, evil emperor lady who was trying to have
He's trying to find an heir to her evil throne.
I don't remember her name. It's the episode The Fancy Party. And it's just this alien queen, and this lady is crazy. Like, she's got, like, this long neck, head, and, like, her lips are, like, really droopy, but she's, like, really, like, very expressive and, like, constantly moving.
All
so
her
like,
wrinkles and flaps
her wrinkles and flaps, like, never stop moving. And it's amazing. Like, I just love watching her, because she's so ugly, but, like, she's so fascinating to look at.
Her name is Queen Antizoa.
And she's probably my favorite, like, one-time occurring character. Because, like, just her design is, like, really unlike anything I've really seen.
Rich Fulcher. I mean, obviously voiced by a dude.
You remember her, Tooch?
Yeah, I think vaguely. I don't know. Like, I watched half of them a while ago and only in, like, the last few today. So it's, like, a lot of them are only vague memories, but, like, well, I mean, I did click through them to see, like, the site I watched them on might have been missing a few, just because they're so sporadic and out of production order.
Even, like, we were watching them on demand through cable, and it was hard to keep track of which ones we had already seen.
And then, you know, we've got Lord Hater, who's... He's
Skeletor
he literally
in Chucks.
is Skeletor. He's a skeleton in Chucks in a hoodie.
Well, like, it's a cloak.
It's like a cloaky hoodie.
It's a cloak, but yeah, he's definitely wearing Chucks.
Yeah, McCracken really got on Chucks after Foster's Home. Now, Wander wears Chucks, too. With the tube socks with the red and the blue stripe.
Yeah. I really like Chucks. You know, they're so bad for your feet, but they're stylish shoes.
Yeah.
And Lord
I'll go on record saying that.
Lord Hater is just, like, really incapable. You know, like, Wander is the only person in the universe that can stop him because, you know, Wander lives by cartoon logic. She's basically like Wander is like Bugs Bunny.
Pretty much.
Lord Hater is like Elmer Fudd or
Yosemite
Sam.
You know, like, he just can't get a hold on, like, literally, he can't get a hold on this guy. And
also similar to Bugs Bunny, sometimes it's kind of ambiguous whether Wander screwing up Hater's plans is intentional or just coincidental. Like, he doesn't actually acknowledge that Hater can't stand him.
Sometimes it is. I feel like maybe...
The episode where the planets were aligning, he's like yelling at him from across the canyon. Is like, I didn't know you were here too, Lord Hater.
Yeah, like, stuff like that. It's like, stuff like that is like, oh, he's just trying to be a nice, friendly guy. But then other times, like, they'll like get in Hater's shit, and like Sylvia and Wander will like just sort of glance at each other like, this fucking guy. So it's like sometimes they know, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It's definitely played loose.
Yeah, Wander wants to be everybody's friend, and, like, his motivations are kind of hard to read sometimes, because he just wants to be nice all the time. So sometimes it's hard to tell if he has, like, some ulterior motive to, like, make a change, or if he's just, like, having a fun time, or whatever.
Mostly he's having a fun time.
But he's pretty... Yeah, he's always having a fun time, no matter what he's doing. But he's pretty intuitive to things. Like, he really knows how to deal with people. Like, there's one episode called The Troll, where there's a troll, and it's attacking this Asgardian sheep planet society.
Bahala.
Wow, I forgot Bahala.
Yeah, now
with
you
their
have
little
to...
cloppy hooves.
Yeah,
when they
their walk cycles are so cute. The sheep dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They like kind of jump like mountain goats. Yeah,
goats.
Same thing.
Prince Cashmere.
Yeah. The troll shows up and Wander knows exactly how to handle it right away. He just has to watch how this guy behaves and how the other guys behave. So he's pretty good with people and animals and very trustworthy. Sometimes to a fault.
Absolutely. Those are the best episodes when his good qualities turn into his faults.
Yeah.
Like we said, the convenience store episode, the one where they're trying to escape from that planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, or an early one where he's just trying to fix everything, and every time he makes something better, it fucks something else up, and it becomes this chain of, like, terrible reactions that he keeps having to chase after and
which
fix.
climaxes with Lord Hater trying to blow up the sun.
Yeah.
But it always turns around that by the end he ends up doing the right thing. So you know, the moral of the show always is, you know, do whatever you can to help. It's very positive and optimistic in that regard.
Yeah, it's like, you know, a good action is always the best thing you can do. It's always felt. It might take a while, but doing good things will ultimately come back around, and doing bad things will ultimately come back around.
Yeah, or inaction. Doing bad things, bad deeds through inaction. The thing about this show, it's very good, but because of its simplicity, it's a bit more difficult to analyze the way that some of these other shows are, because it really is...
Very visual, for one thing.
It's very visual, and it really feels like it's just trying to have a good time. There's less of a statement trying to be made compared to something like a Steven Universe, which was very strongly has a thesis behind it.
Yeah, like this show's thesis is just, be
Fun in space!
Fun in space and be good!
Well, I mean, I feel just because, like you guys were saying before, like, every single episode of Yonder is, like, regardless of how much stuff may seemingly be fucking up, that in the end, doing the right thing is always the best action, even if it might seemingly cause more stress for you in the present. I think that's a strong enough theme,
It is a very good theme.
Yeah,
like
you're right. And it's something, honestly, I figured out in the middle of this conversation.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say it ahead of time. I already knew that.
Yeah, well, we all learn from the Toon Goons, even the goons themselves.
And because of the setup of the show, they can do very creative things. Like, a recent episode, The Void, was crazy. They were basically in a room where everything they imagined came to life, and, like, it was bonkers. Like, it was so much fun.
It was like Duck Amuck, but they were in control of it.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah, the show does really feel like a lot of old-school Looney Tunes in a way. Like, the setup, the slapstick, the humor.
Craig McCracken is definitely one of the few remaining, just like old-school wheelhouse cartoonists, the kind that you only see on, like, Boomerang and shit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's kind of very necessary to the landscape, because nobody else is doing that kind of thing anymore. Or at least nobody else is doing it well, if there's, like...
Someone at Teletoon is doing something probably and failing.
Yeah.
It's pretty superb. And because of it, like, it's really something that you watch and have fun. Like, visually, you're gonna be like, whoa. Like, I think the first episode where I really noticed it was The Prisoner, where Commander Peepers kidnaps Yonder and has him running around their ship, Lord Hater's ship. And just visually, the way that they transition between gag to gag to gag, from room to room to scene, is surreal, and it's like you're looking at a kaleidoscope.
The show visually is just fucking stunning, like no other word I can describe it. There's a lot of, like, cinematic shit going on.
Yeah, it's McCracken's most visually interesting work so far.
Definitely. And I can't wait to see where it goes, like, to have more crazy adventures.
Yeah, Season 2 seems very promising. It seems like a very natural evolution of the show, instead of just more of the same. Which, I mean, wouldn't be bad, but this is going to be even better. And, it's something I do in, like, every episode, is I talk about some web cartoonist who's now working on the cartoon we're talking about. Noelle Stevenson of Nimona and the print comic Lumberjanes, both of which are absolutely spectacular. Visually speaking, she is my favorite cartoonist right now. Her style is gorgeous. And she's going to be a writer on Season 2 of Wander Over Yonder. I like that. What was the episode that Matt Chapman wrote?
Matt Chapman wrote 2 episodes. He wrote The Bounty, and he wrote Time Bomb.
Yeah,
Time Bomb.
Which is where
the obligatory space race
race episode.
Gotta love the space race.
The future, I'll ever do a space race episode.
They must have. I don't think they did.
Shit, now we do need to bring them back for another season. I was fine to let it...
They gotta do a race.
You can't be in space and not do a race.
Of the wacky variety.
Yeah, it's gotta be crazy.
They should bring back wacky race.
Yeah, I think wacky race is good word. No, it can't.
There actually was a pilot. It just didn't get picked up.
Because nobody remembers who... Because, like, even at the time, those were a lot of B and C list Hanna-Barbera characters up in the mix.
That was the whole point. Well, most of them were made up. I think most of them were made up for wacky races, and then they got spun off into even other lesser-known stuff.
Was Dick Dastardly in that first, or was he in Catch the Pigeon?
Dick Dastardly was in Wacky Races first, obviously.
Right. Idiot.
Are there any particular episodes that we want to highlight?
The little guy.
I love the little guy.
It's got your boy in it.
My main man Aziz. What many people tell me on a monthly basis is pretty much my voice twin.
Yeah, it is kind of similar.
Yes. I wouldn't say twin. Maybe brother.
Yeah, I know.
Brother.
It's,
Yeah.
It's similar enough.
it's more when I do it's more when I do my Dave Strider voice.
Oh.
Everyone's like, because I don't know. I don't even know. It's just like I should get like a jar. So I have like an imaginary jar set up. Like put it like somebody sends me and asks like, "Hey, you sound like that one guy, that one character in Bob's Burgers, or that one dude stand-up comic," and I'm like, clink.
But the little guy, it's kind of their equivalent to a Christmas episode, which I didn't,
It is.
which I didn't realize until the very end when the snow fell, and I was like, oh, this is what Christmas is really about. And it's about
It aired in December.
yeah, and it did. It was the perfect timing too, and it's one of the few episodes that's like the full 22 minutes, and it's about the smallest little member of Lord Hader's army.
Called the Watchdogs.
They're called the Watchdogs.
And like Lord Peepers, they're the eyeball guys.
Yeah, his name is Wesley, and he's like really little and cute. Like his uniform doesn't fit, so he has to like tuck his shirt into his pants.
He's all
He's
fat.
so cute. I want a plushie of him. He's so cute. His name is Wesley, which is a cute little name. And it's just an adorable episode with him like on the hunt for Sylvia and Yonder, and he manages to find them, and he's like tagging along with them, trying to turn them into Lord Hader, and like Wander and Sylvia kind of fall in love with him, and they develop this really interesting relationship.
Well, it starts off with Wander feeling bad for him and wanting to cut him some slack.
Yeah, and by the end of it, there's like this really nice, quiet moment with the three of them that the show hadn't really done at that before then.
No, and hasn't after, really.
Yeah, and it's just really, really sweet, and I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the credits now. The episode was directed by Lauren and Craig themselves,
Yeah.
and written by Lauren Faust and Ben Joseph.
Who wrote most of the episode, Ben Joseph. Yeah, Lauren has done a couple. The only other episode that I think Lauren and Craig did themselves, or together, was The Egg.
She also co-wrote The Troll.
Yeah, she co-wrote a lot of episodes.
Mm.
I think she's co-written more than he has, actually.
Yeah.
I think he's only co-written just like the two. One more, The Greatest.
The Egg.
The Egg!
And then the other double-length episode was The Pet, which is, again, you're like, space show? Oh, you gotta do aliens.
And again, did Futurama do Alien?
Yeah, it took them until the last season.
For real?
Yeah, the one with, Christ, what was it called? It was the last season, it was like the third to last episode with the shape-shifting alien that kept eating people.
I might have missed that one.
It's like one of the best ones from the post-cancellation.
Well, shit.
Yeah, Futurama did Alien. It took him for, I think, okay, so this is our last season. Oh, aliens! We gotta do that.
Oh yeah, aliens! As like a crumpled up piece of paper in the little idea bin uncrinkles and it just says space race.
Yeah, and that one's fun. It's very atmospheric. The alien design is really great. Sylvia has some really funny bits where she dons, like...
She dresses up as Ripley. Not as Ripley, as the Space Marines from Aliens.
But then she gets, like, that machine that Ripley was in, and she almost says, the line, but,
Get away from her, you bitch!
She pretty much says that, except for the censors, which cut her off, but... Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Like, Wander puts Sylvia through so much pain. Like, Sylvia is, like, always just running after him, like, terrified that he's been eaten, or, like, he's in danger, and she's trying to save him, and he's just fine.
She legit thought he died that episode.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
she
so
did.
fucking sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, where am I gonna go? I'd like to know what species Wander is, and, like, what planet he's from. It would be cool if we could visit both Sylvia's home planet and his home planet.
I mean, the obvious goof would be that on Wander's planet, everybody's super uptight and anal.
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe they, like, don't talk, or, I don't know.
They
Something.
don't play the banjo.
Don't
Banjos are forbidden.
But I think a dynamic with Sylvia's family could be really fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm just imagining like a fatter Sylvia with a mustache.
Yeah, like at the dinner table, and Wander is just like, oh, this is so delicious, and la 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 la, meanwhile they're all fighting with each other, and he's just, this is such a wonderful family.
I'm having such a good time. Another episode I want to talk about is The Ball.
Oh.
Ball is very cute. It
Very creative.
It guest stars Tara Strong doing another weird accent as
Yep.
some kind of spa lady. And the idea is that, there's this giant space puppy who chews up the planet because it looks like a tennis ball. So it's really cool to see all, like, this destruction that happens to the planet, like, because of puppies playing with it. It's just really...
It's really funny.
Because I remember when the episode started, I first looked at the planet, I'm like, that kind of looks like a tennis ball. And then a puppy shows up, and I'm like, oh, that's a really cute puppy. There's a lot of cute things, like Wesley's cute, that puppy is cute.
A lot of little aliens in the opening
There's a baby. There's an episode where they take care of a toddler in a mall.
The toddler is like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he is straight out of Foster's Home, that toddler.
Oh, he's very Foster's Home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just drooling everywhere. Just so wet. Very wet, sticky toddler.
So realistic.
Yeah. What would you say was your favorite little alien from the opening? The guy with, like, the socket wrench on his head?
Yeah, like, the opening is great!
Yeah, that theme song will get stuck in my head. I've been, like, this last week, the two shows I've been watching the most have been Wander Over Yonder and Freakazoid. So I've been having a lot of, like, one of those theme songs is stuck in my head at all times.
Which ones do you like, Tooch?
And one do you want to bring up?
My favorite one was the hero.
Yeah.
Just because, like, starting out, I knew exactly what it was going to be. Like, oh, this guy's a giant tool bag, and he thinks he's the hero because he's all big and tough, and Wander's the little dinky little guy, but now he's going to be the bigger hero because this dude's in it for the glory, and he's just trying to have fun and save a princess, yada yada. But then, like, the tables turn even more when it's like... I don't even know if I want to, like, spoil the ending, but it's like the twists at the end were just super, like, wow, this is awesome. Like, I love where it went because it's like
creatives.
Yeah. And I love Wander in that episode. He is so pumped to save that princess.
we're gonna save a princess.
Yeah, what was the princess's name? Demuria?
Yeah,
That's
Princess
pretty-
Demuria.
That's pretty funny. One of the mentions.
Let Tooch talk some more. He doesn't get to talk.
All right.
Oh, well, I mean,
I'm
shit.
sorry.
Now you're putting me on the spot, and it's awkward. I don't know. We talked about the troll. I really liked the troll just because how on the nose with it was. I'm pretty sure Wander even says, "Don't feed the troll."
Yeah, he does. And Lauren is savvy. She knows.
Yeah, she's had to deal with this stuff.
She's on the internet. Like, she had a DV.
We're so sorry, Laura.
I am sorry for her. Like, I
We're
love
sorry
her.
that everybody sucks.
We're sorry that your cool show got kind of. Yeah, but anyway.
I like the day and the night because of how in sync they were. It's almost a full episode.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
And then like it almost I kind of wasn't paying attention between episodes, and because the night ended the same way the day started, but at first I went into it thinking that the day went into the night. Is it just like cyclical, or I was like, wait, did they Tarantino it?
Yeah, they
It's just, like,
totally
a joke that-
Tarantino'd it.
Oh man, so yeah, those are really nice. I love stuff like that, where it's like I love stuff like that, and then like any larger frame tale that uses multiple smaller stories to tell one huge one that syncs up. I love the shit out of that kind of thing. Like my favorite Simpsons episode will always be the one where it's like it takes each Simpsons character and like shows them all the stuff that happened in the same stretch of
22
time.
short films about Springfield.
Something like that, yeah. And then it's like they all like you see bits and pieces of other stories before and after you've seen them, and then at the very end all of it makes sense.
That episode's so... I mean, first of all, it does reference Pulp Fiction quite a few times.
I need to watch it again then, because that was before I had seen Pulp Fiction, so I need to rewatch that.
That actually has my favorite scene of The Simpsons in the whole series, and that's when Superintendent Chalmers goes over to Principal Skinner's for lunch. The steamed hams and everything.
Yeah.
That's my favorite bit of Simpsons. Out of like the whole 25 goddamn years of the show, it's my favorite bit.
So is it kind of like that movie, The Slackers, where it's like you'll have one character and then another character will show up and then you'll start following that character? Or is it not like that at all?
Some of it's like that.
Okay. Because that's always fun.
Yeah, because like...
Because you're always guessing like which
Yeah,
character
because
is
like,
it going to be next.
Homer gets Maggie stuck in the newspaper box, and like somebody then walks by and will hang out with them for a bit. Another episode I want to talk about that I really like was the Brainstorm, where it's almost all the Brainstorm is just Hader and Peepers trying to come up with a plan to capture Wander.
That one was
and
great
Hader,
too.
and Hader constantly putting him down with these ridiculous hypothetical situations.
Because it's really funny because Hader's just kind of resigned himself to the fact that Wander will always do something. So every time Peeper, has an idea, he's just like, Wander will fuck it up.
Banjo.
He'll fuck it up. Banjo.
And it's your fault.
It's your fault.
I also, we did this goof when you first mentioned Commander Peepers, but they do like these little musical stings for certain characters. Like, every time Commander Peepers does something, it goes Commander Peepers. And like, what was the one for when he gave the medal to Wesley?
Oh,
I forget.
it was so funny
Yeah, it was like,
too.
Medal of Evil.
Oh yeah.
Like there's always these little people that will sing in the background, and it's just for added effect.
It's like 5 words at the most.
Like Lord Hate, because like honestly, it's like that's Lord Hater's aesthetic. Lord Hater's aesthetic is essentially like Sid from Toy Story coming up with a villain OC. It would be Lord Hater. It would be Lord Hater. Because then like Lord Hater's bedroom, it's like all rock and roll shit and like metal and like amps and like he's always doing the throwing up the horns.
Yeah, it's like Lord Hater, #1 superstar.
Yeah, Lord Hate's great, best villain. That's their chant. That's their Zig Hail.
Oh god, he's such a kid. I wouldn't be surprised if he had like a race car bed. He doesn't. He has a water bed though.
Yeah.
Well, if it was like a muscle car bed.
Lord Hater's great.
Yeah.
Best villain.
So that's...
Wounder.
And is there anything else we want to talk about?
No, I mean, it's a show that you really need to watch to have fun with. And it's you can watch any episode at any time.
Oh, yeah, you can watch it in any order. It's
very family-friendly. More family-friendly than I think anything that McCracken's ever done.
Yeah, because PPG was pretty violent.
Yeah, it had a lot of innuendos and stuff.
Yeah, and Foster's Home could get really mean-spirited at times.
Also, it was just like, it was probably his smartest written show.
PPG?
No, Foster's. Honestly.
Oh, yeah, Foster.
Like, they had a lot of...
Yeah.
Like, that was the first... Well, I think, like, that was the second instance of Lauren Faust's mission to put Big Lebowski references in everything she works on.
Yeah. I was never as into Foster's Home, because it was kind of mean-spirited. Like, a lot of episodes were just about, let's take this one character and fuck with them.
Blue's such a jackass.
I know.
Christ!
He always got his comeuppance.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this show is very much in opposition to that, where it's, like, very positive. Even the people who get their comeuppance, like Lord Hater, like, sometimes he'll get a break, like, he'll get, like, a pet.
Yeah, like the pet. Oh, yeah. I remember now that was the ending. That was cute.
That was very cute. Or his birthday episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this show is just very feel-good, and it's very family-friendly, and it's very positive messages. Very funny. If you miss old-school cartoons and you want to see that done with a really great budget and with a lot of love and care, you can't really get much better than Wander Over Yonder.
Yeah, if you claim to be into like cartoons for like the animation and the art form, and you look at like Wander Over Yonder and go like, oh, what's that shitty baby shit? You don't know anything about what you're talking about, and you don't even deserve to listen to this podcast. Wander Over Yonder is one of the best animated things on television right now. You don't even understand.
Yeah. It's
read a book.
Unfathomably beautiful.
It's
so tight too.
It's very tight.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you guys want to move on to the Adventure Time recap?
Yes.